I'm a little bit late to what's going on, but Call Me Carson made a return to YouTube or Twitch or Twitter, whatever it is. And if you don't know who Call Me Carson is, he is a pedophile, groomer. And grooming is basically when somebody who is older than the person that they're with, takes advantage of them and gets with them and uses them for sexual activities, etc. And Call Me Carson, one of the main focuses is that he was 19 dating a 17-year-old. And you think about it, that's okay when it comes to Romeo and Juliet laws in some states. But the issue with it is that when Call Me Carson did it, he had used his fame and, all of his power to manipulate the girls he was with into sending him explicit pictures and stuff like that. Now, one of the girls on Twitter came out and said that she lied about the whole situation, but there's still more, and Carson did it with multiple women. And people try to defend Carson, but the thing is, even his Charlie Slimesicle, I think that's a YouTuber that he was friends with, he filed a police report on Carson because we don't know what happened, behind the curtains, behind the scenes. Slimesicle filed a police report on Carson, right when the situation happened, and then Carson got quote-unquote canceled, even though it didn't really do much. And if you check some of Carson's close friends' streams, you'll see that Carson came back and said, "I will be back soon." And he also said on Twitter, "Give me some time." And Carson returned, but he didn't apologize or address the situation. All he really said was, "I'm going to therapy, I'm trying to do better," but he didn't assess the situation. He didn't apologize for his actions. He didn't apologize for grooming multiple girls or abusing his power or manipulating people. And Carson did things much worse. So Carson used to record with, I don't know if exactly recorded with Travis, but a few of his friends were close friends with Travis. And Carson verbally abused Travis. If Travis said something or did something that Carson didn't like, Carson would be explicitly mean to Travis. And some of Carson's friends spoke out about it, like Jay Schley, like the Lunch Club. I think that's the YouTube group's name. He was too mean to Travis to the point where it was affecting Travis's mental health. And it just really wasn't a good thing to do, because Travis, he's a nice person and he's funny. He didn't really deserve any of it. And it was really a messed up thing for Carson to do. Aside from grooming and, being abusive to Travis, I don't really know much else Carson did. But the only issue is people are defending Carson. They're saying, "Oh, 17 and 19 isn't that bad." But in reality, 17 and 19 is horrible. When it comes to 17 and 19, depending on the laws, it's bad. And depending on what they do behind the scenes, it could be horrible. They could have a toxic relationship, etc. And Carson, I think there were younger girls that were using his fame and, mental health excuses. People used to say that Carson manipulated them into sending nude photos of their body, which really isn't okay, in every single way possible. But people are still defending him because they don't know the full story. Carson's friends came out and spoke about it, and I don't know why some of them are still talking to him. Most of them cut Carson off and, expose him on social media. They're not even friends with him anymore after years. After so many connections, after so much talking, they're not even friends with Carson anymore because, of his actions. And I can see why. And Twitter doesn't feel greatly about this. People on Twitter are furious with Carson's return, and I would be too. Now, the people who defend Carson are getting flamed. They're getting absolutely violated on Twitter. Because Twitter is the main platform to speak about these things. Not TikTok, not YouTube, not Instagram, not Reddit. Not even Reddit. On Twitter, it's being talked about the most. Some people are happy for Carson's return. Some people are, reasonably pissed off about Carson's return. Because, everything he did. So the people who are reasonably mad, I'm mad too. I can agree with them. And my thoughts on it are just, Carson, I understand he can't be punished for the rest of his life, but I seriously think he should go through some severe punishments for what he did. He should serve time or something, get charged, And maybe if some of those girls need therapy, I think CallmeCarsons should be paying and funding anything to help those girls' mental health. They're not going to accept money from him. And he also needs to speak up to their families and reach out and deeply apologize for everything he's done. Because even in his new video, he hasn't apologized for a damn thing. All he said is that he's gonna do better. He's gonna start uploading more. That's all he said so far. And it's just not okay. Like I guess I'm fine with him returning to YouTube, because, you know, he needs funding for his therapy and, like, his life in general. But he shouldn't make a real return without apologizing for all of his actions. Moving on to a better subject, let's talk about why I wasn't here for 8 months. My god, 8 whole months. I don't really care when it comes to this app, if I'm honest, because I'm not making anything on it. It's just for fun every few months, and I was gone for 8 months because A, I didn't have the motivation to post, B, I had nothing to post, and C, I need to set up upgrades so I can do better, because this video is going to take a couple hours to edit, even though there's not that many things to edit on, because trying to find a software is terrible, trying to find non-copyrighted music is a struggle, because I don't want to use those basic generic YouTube Studio songs. And getting gameplay is kind of bad, depending on the game and the situation. But other than that, it's not too bad. Tell me your thoughts about the Carson situation. I am leaving.